Let's see. Typhoon, maybe? Supply, maybe? So you get a free Typhoon and you get 600 HP. I think, and you get the Hounds. I think we definitely go for this. All right, so aerial spec. Um, all three options make sense here. You go Fangs because everything's slow, but Fangs don't go well into this. Crawlers are probably the best option here. They do support the Mustangs. Arc lights, maybe, but the sledges kind of wreck them, so I think we just go with this. Just go with a pretty standard layout. Um, it's either on the line. Maybe it's better to have it slightly in front, just because we don't want the tower to get sniped by some Stormcrawler later on in the game. We may not put any more stuff in front of the tower. All right. What is this? Void Eye? Wait, is Void Eye actually good into the Hounds here? They do 1400. So they one-shot them. This does 890. So one-shots each other, but the range is 20 more. The speed is 8 compared to 10. Huh. And the hounds shoot a lot faster. I guess a little bit faster. So we got to make sure there's something that goes in front. We might have messed up our positioning here. It's okay. Yeah, we were probably still should have put the hounds a little bit further back. It's kind of weird that we still have 4 hounds here, but nothing here. Not sure what happened. Maybe the middle kind of went to this side. Hopefully these 2 Mustangs could just clear everything up, but it's going to be unlikely. Oh no, it gets level. That's not good. Now what do we do? It's not what we wanted to see here. Fangs are not going to be great, you would imagine. Steel Ball is interesting, but it doesn't go well into that. Marksman is probably pretty good here. Wraith is probably the best. But do we just like threaten the Wraith here and make him respond then sell out? It looks like we're not going to be able to go Phantom Race. That's the problem. You could go Marksman as well. He's probably going to go Marksman. I don't really want to go Marksman. Could just put a Steel Ball here and see what happens. Could do the same thing with the Wraith. I think Steel Ball is just a little bit better if we want to make a quick play. Like it could be a little bit more tanky. Problem is the chaff clear. We don't have that much chaff clear here. So just that for sure he's going to go into this. So yeah, I want this, but maybe the Steel Ball is better. We got to kind of decide quick though. Maybe the Steel Ball is just better because it can kind of tank a little bit more for things. We're gonna have to just go random units here. Maybe just more crawlers. It's not ideal, but we're just setting up. Maybe we just throw this here, just see what happens. And we're gonna sell out next round anyways. All right. So this is not gonna be great. Maybe we should have placed this a little bit further back, but I don't know. Does level 2 steel balls kill a pack of level 1 crawlers? I don't think so here. It's not looking great. Maybe it does. Definitely not quick enough. Wait a second. We still have 3 left? Okay, I didn't know that that's how it worked. Maybe we can get the tower and then we can win this, and then he's forced to build something. But not looking great here. It's pretty bad tower timing. So he might just ignore this, which is not what we want. We want him to like do something here. It's our fault that we place it so forward. Probably have to go for this regardless, but the additional deploy is super good though. I think we have to go for that. This is interesting, but I wouldn't count on this. I put my faith in the Phantom Rays more than that. Do we just keep investing here? I don't think so, but we could just put 1 crawler here. Maybe that's not like horrible. Just kind of like this, maybe. Just don't want the missile to kill everything. I think this is fine. All right. The wasps are going to be on top of this. The wasps are also not great into the Phantom Rays. We're going to have to sell out of this now. And even the crawler is not amazing. It does make the wasps come in later. So sometimes you don't want late wasps. Especially if your counter is like Mustangs. There's a reason why the Mustangs are so far back. That being said, we might even be able to... I don't think so here. I mean, we might be able to take this tower. There just might be too much. All right, so that's good. That worked out a lot. That worked out a lot better than expected here. So I think we get rid of the steel ball, maybe. Maybe just missile? Wait a second here. We can missile this. Probably goes into our own missile, but maybe we beacon this. Maybe we just sell out of this. Yeah, I think we have to sell out. And let's see here. Probably want to upgrade these guys, but Phantom Rays are more important. Maybe we do this. We could click armor here, which is a problem. Let's just see how many Phantom Rays we can get on the board here. He's actually okay, I didn't realize he's actually aerial spec. He's got extinguisher, yes. Yeah, don't really want to see him click this. That's the problem. What else do we do though? Don't really want to go fire because of his technology. Cloak, not useful, I think. Could go for another one of these guys, but probably better to just upgrade this. And go for something like a chaff. Or maybe just an oil. Whew. Had to click that real quick. Surprised he didn't go for the missile strike. What did he go for? Super supply. Okay, interesting. So it's gonna pay off in starting round 7, but I'm not sure if we get to round 7. That being said, he's got heal, which is basically like armor. And this is that's gonna really affect the Mustangs if he goes heal, because all our stuff is just shooting quickly but low damage, except for the Phantom Rays. So I guess it's gonna be shield next on the Phantom Ray. Let's not get any technologies on the Mustangs or anything. Marksman is interesting. Could kind of go into this, but I don't really want to go Marksman. Farseer is better, you would imagine, right? Scorpion's the best. Absolutely the best. 600 or 500. I don't know. What is he gonna go? Farseer, maybe? Maybe we just get the Farseer sell out. I just don't see how the Scorpion's gonna do so much here. Plus, we already have the sell. Maybe we sell this first, and then sell this next turn if it doesn't work out. But we lose a lot of money. Let's go for the Farseer. This I don't think is doing anything for us. Don't think we click 300 just to burn this, because then the extinguishers come out. I think this is better. But we now have 2 deployments. Maybe it's just more chaff, or some fangs, late fangs, or maybe we just skip the deployment. Imagine more chaff is better, right? Especially since we're not going fire ourselves yet. I don't know if this is the best chaff placement. Should be decent. Would be nice if it was in front, but we already have this in front. Okay, so it's gonna be Overlord time. What does that mean for us? Good thing we didn't go for the Scorp. That's what it means. Shield is gonna be the last tech we go for on the Hounds. He's got the extinguisher. And problem is the Mustangs are already too high level. Like, kind of don't want to upgrade the Typhoon. The Mustangs are better. So maybe we stick with the, I don't know, but we already have the Typhoon, right? So it's kind of, we're wasting the Typhoon if we don't use it. Does he already have a tech yet? Not yet. We're gonna need Phoenixes maybe to take care of this stuff. We already have the okay, so we have fire here. We click it instantly. He's gonna click fire on our end now too. That's gonna be expected. We're not gonna shield for it. I guess, yeah, it's not gonna do any much. Maybe we could beacon out, but I don't really love the shield here. These guys are still doing something, so maybe not sell. Yeah, it's kind of tough here. We need to shield, but we don't want to because we're cheap. It's hard to predict if he's gonna just go fire here. He's probably just gonna go fire here, but well, maybe one bubble is worth it. Like, you know. Let's see what we do here. Phoenix is first, obviously. Go for range. Just see how that goes initially. And sell out of something. I don't know. Don't really want to sell out of anything. Maybe just one shield bubble here. All right. We do block this oil though. Probably should have put another shield here. Maybe it was a pretty big mistake here. At least this was good. He goes for Overlord first, okay? Which means we don't necessarily need the Mustangs, because the Mustangs are only useful against the Wasps, the Wasp production. Hopefully we don't lose this side here, because that's not going to be good. Yep, we do lose the side. Maybe we already lost the fight here. All right. Redeploy Amplifying Core is going to be amazing for him. Amplifying Core is probably good for us too. Next is going to be Mothership or Range, probably Mothership, but we're going to be ready for that. Amplifying Core is probably good. Level this guy up. I think we click this and we elite recruit some. We're going to missile this again, I think, or we can missile this, but yeah, it's still only missile, I think. Probably going to dodge it, but not really sure what else we do. The Void Eye, we could try to get this block, maybe. It would be nice to have fire, but I think we're kind of stuck without it. That might be our biggest downfall here. And do we sell something? Still have another deploy here somewhere. Start selling out of this, maybe? No, it's too risky. Sell out of this? No. Would like to missile this, though. So he's going for the fire. And that makes it good for us because we can go for the oil. It's a good thing that we went for the Typhoon instead of the other unit, but he's got 5 boats. There's just way too much here. And this heal is also not ideal, obviously. Maybe we sell out of the Farseers if we're alive in the next round. Man, this is just getting way out of control here. Okay. This is the round that he starts paying off that the deploy thing. Just gonna have to be a sell of this, I think. How do we win this? We oil him, so his stuff goes into the fire. That's pretty easy. We just put like a chaff here. Right. And we click oil, probably, on our guys. No more upgrades on these guys. Probably a couple more of these guys, and then just maybe... Got too much stuff on the ground as well. That's kind of part of the problem. But I do like maybe charge shot. A couple more phoenixes. Definitely borrow, range, and maybe another one of these typhoons. You can't do any spell, right? EMP, it's not gonna, we're probably not gonna EMP the guy you would imagine. So maybe just get another one of these guys. Could still afford an EMP, but I think we need missiles, right? Maybe this needs to be more like on our side of the map here. Because we forgot to do the crawler, and maybe we will click EMP just in case. Okay, so we get ignition. Rhinos are... They do have the armor tech, so good thing we clicked the EMP. But it may not be enough, especially for this guy. Wait, I think it is enough here. We've got way too much. So it is the charge shot, Phoenix, that's saving the day here. And the EMP was so clutch. Alright, but this isn't over yet. We're just clawing back here. It's amazing for him. Don't think we upgrade anything here. Alright, so it's gonna be range or mothership. It's probably gonna be mothership, but we'll get another typhoon down. We'll skip. We'll upgrade everything. Might want to sell out of the Mustangs since we're not going to range them. Borrow this. And guess we get a fire here somewhere. Like, just put down the fires. And then maybe the oil can kind of get in there. Or do we click our own oil here? Our own fire? That's the question. I think we need more of these guys though. Probably need also the attack upgrade. Maybe it's enough Phoenixes. It's just more of these Typhoons, I think. Maybe just one of these guys here in the middle. And we'll get a couple more of these guys. And maybe an attack upgrade. All right. It's got an extinguisher and fire. That's absolutely crazy. So he burns and he extinguishes. All right. That's nuts. Well, he did have to pay 400 for it. Oof, looks like it's not enough here. Yeah. Wonder what we did wrong. All right. Do we ever just go more into the like the Void Eye stuff? All right, let's say we go for the Void Eye just to EMP him. It's going to be 4 packs. We'll go for the flying and the retribution EMP. Let's keep these guys maybe in front a little bit. Maybe, right? Because they will get pushed, I think. Spread them out evenly. I would be shocked if this works. I also hope that the Phoenixes don't hit it. So we'll borrow, get range. Should probably upgrade these guys. Maybe sell out of something. Not sure what to sell out of. The hounds are pretty useless. Maybe just sell out the hounds, see what happens. Alright. I don't think it's going to do that much, but we'll see. Doesn't look like the Void Rays are going in front, the Void Eyes. But they will get EMP just because of the splash. So we're getting some EMPs through. But it's not doing that much. Okay. 4 EMP, they're all EMP'd, but then is there any stuff on the ground? It's just too much stuff on the ground, I think. That could be the problem. Wait, we actually kill one. Kill 2, maybe. No. Do we put the Void Eyes more forward? Also wondering if we should go for the EMP Wasps here. I don't think so, but let's just try this Void Eye line a bit more. Fly and Electromag. Okay. Let's put them forward here. Let's put them like here on top of these guys. We'll upgrade these guys again. Maybe sell out of the Hound, maybe. And let's just see how that goes. Alright. They're kind of EMP'd right now. Does that mean anything? Now they're not EMP'd. Problem is that while they do get EMP'd, they kind of get off EMP too quick. And that was a huge investment. You can see that it did nothing. So I think the Wasp EMP is going to be maybe our only option here. So go for a bunch of Wasps. Go for the aerial spec, EMP, perhaps even range, but not sure if we can afford that. Probably right behind the Phantom Rays. Position them. They will fly in a little too close though, so maybe we'll put them a little bit further behind. Don't want them to get bunched up and insta-killed. Don't mind putting 2 in the center though. All right. Temp range. Do we sell something so we can get this full range? 700. Well, we don't have 550. We don't have anything that's worth 550 to sell, so that's not gonna happen. Probably upgrade this. Maybe go for missiles, but I don't know. We just go for the attack upgrade. Problem, I think, is the tanks in the middle. Like, you have to clear the tank problem. They don't even have techs. You also have to clear out this Hound problem. They have EMP. So he's kind of been really smart. He's not even investing levels into the Overlords. He's been very smart. I was really expecting him to go into the mothership, but he was very smart into not doing that. Do we get EMPs? No, everything's already dead. We do kill a few more. A few more guys than before. So what is it now? Is it just more and more of these guys? So is it EMP on this, maybe? Or maybe the quantum reassembly? I think it's could be one of those things here. It's obviously not more Typhoons because we already have enough. EMP is interesting, but does it really do that much? Maybe the Electromag is better. You need to sell something. Maybe sell this so we can get 3 more. All right. If it's not Electromag, is it ever the quantum reassembly? Problem is the chaff again, right? And also our chaff dying is also the problem. So we have to wait for his chaff to come through. We have to wait for these tanks to die. Which is kind of frustrating. See, we're losing because of the chaff here. And there's not much we can do about it because of his extinguisher. So it's really the chaff problem, right? right? It's not the overwhelming power of the stuff. It's just the chaff and it's the extinguisher. So how do we kill that? I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is like a Vulcan maybe with range and Scorch. But is that really what we want to be investing in right now? We could try that, but in Fort with Rocket Punch, kind of don't think this is going to work. We'll sell this because they're kind of useless. Get the temp range. Maybe we need our own shields, but yeah, probably need our own shield. Probably need like this here, just to absorb the first hit. Just upgrade this, see what happens. So the theory is if the Hound Extinguisher is the main problem, then we have to go Scorch range on the Vulcans. So they kill everything on the ground. Does it really kill the Rhino? You know, this is another question. It kind of does if you EMP it. And, you know, what about the tanks? It's going to take forever to kill the level 3 tanks, right? All right, wait a second. Is this actually working now? It is. Wait a second. I think it is, right? Where's the EMP guys? There's nothing left. There's no EMPs left. All right, so this is the best answer so far here. Huh. You would never think you need to build like Vulcans here. Maybe we don't even need, well, let's skip. Let's go for the Vulcans. Maybe we just go for the Scorch because these guys don't have range, right? We outrange them. So let's just only go for the Scorch. We save 500. Maybe we can use that money in other ways that are, smart for us. So maybe we can upgrade these guys instead. Still want to sell out of the most useless unit that we have. We definitely need the temp range, and we'll upgrade these guys. Put this here. Maybe throw a random missile down somewhere. Not sure if we want to throw it here though. Maybe here. All right. Probably should have upgraded this Typhoon, but yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, these are 11,000 damage. Yeah, I don't think we need the range here, right? Because so much stuff is going in front. Like, so with that, we can upgrade most of the Phoenixes, which means that, like, they can kind of clear up the rest of the stuff. Vulcans start to die, but I think there's nothing left on the ground now, so they've done an amazing job. Problem is the EMP is not landing where it needs to land. And now it's just down to one boat. Okay, so we're getting closer to cracking this puzzle. I mean, if we put a war factory here, I don't think it's going to work that well because this is just going to, I mean, we can put two war, we can't even afford it, but the Overlord kind of kills the war factory quick. Why? I mean, is there a war factory line here that we haven't thought about? I don't think so, but we can kind of just give it a try. Like, I think we need more than just one war factory. We can get armor, so we do get that. I think we definitely take the armor. I don't think we put it in the middle. It's going to get one shot. We might be better off just putting it in the corner where we kind of, have less limited, more limited of things going on. Let's click speed so things kind of run up a little bit. Maybe this shouldn't be so far forward. Maybe it could be like this. Simply because it takes a while for the stuff to run up. I don't know. I think this is maybe okay. So this is kind of good, I think. All right, it's starting to tank, but they're at 50% now. Maybe they need to be slightly slightly more back here. And we still have the problem of the chaff. This probably isn't going to work out too well, especially against this guy. Just sucking way too much HP back. Alright, so that didn't work. So I think it's got to be with the Vulcans, right? Do we like intensive train a Vulcan as well? Level up, get the Scorching Fire, maybe even sell out of the Typhoon and then give it the item? How crazy is that? Problem is the Phantom Ray, the Typhoons are doing a little something. The Phantom Rays are doing nothing. So maybe I don't want to do that. Just for the... Yeah, maybe I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Maybe get another Farseer, actually. What happened to the Far... Okay, Farseer is here. And this is just going to be for the middle one. Right? Because we need to EMP that middle one that we've just been having a lot of problems with. And can we just go for a Crawler here? Is that worth anything? Alright, let's see. It's the first time, if this works, this will be one of the first times that the Farseer EMP like kind of worked for us. Usually the Farseer just kind of dies, like it either works or doesn't work, and most of the time it just doesn't work. So this Vulcan is doing not a lot of damage. Still some stuff on the ground, but now the stuff on the ground is dead. We EMP the thing we need to EMP. But yeah, so how come we lose by so much now just because we leveled that up? I think it's we have to upgrade. We have to upgrade the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes are what's killing the boats. I think it might have been a mistake to go so much into this because this only kills the Wasp. All right, so that was our mistake. I don't know if we can make it work. I mean, we already got it down to just one boat, which I feel is already amazing, given the situation. And especially the fact that we were actually... Maybe this just needs to go slightly more forward here. We got to upgrade these guys. Still sell out of this. Temp range. Maybe temp attack? I mean, does this do anything? Probably does something, right? Do we ever click speed? Is the question, I think. We don't want these guys to move up too fast, but so maybe we'll move it down one square. So let's try that. I think the missile in the front kind of makes sense. It makes our chaff survive a bit longer. Our chaff is still flowing in. The range is the speed is probably pretty good because it makes our units cover the distance, like when they need to move on to their next target, like right now. So we might even win this here. It looks quite promising until they make contact. Still down to basically one full HP Overlord. So I think we got the right idea. Maybe we just messed it up with the Typhoons the previous round. Maybe we just have to live with that as the explanation. It's good that the Scorching Fire is only worth, only costs so little. Definitely sell out of this, and let's upgrade all these guys. 150 left. Maybe the speed is hurting us more than it's helping us. Don't really want to move this too much further. Maybe we just put like a missile somewhere, like here. So the only difference is now the Vulcan's like 2 squares up. And now we have a missile here. Yeah, I definitely don't want the Vulcans to be too much more forward. You can see where the splash is hitting. It's right in front of the Vulcans. So kind of happy with this, how forward they are. They're already very forward. Plus stuff is running in. But they don't need to walk forward. They are walking forward now, but there's nothing left. Holy crap, what happened here? It's just like, now we win by this much? Just by putting, just by that little missile, maybe? Holy crap. Could someone explain to me, like, what happened there? Like, just move that thing up by 2 squares, and now, was it just this missile? Like, it must have been the missile, right? Alright, so very good news. We kind of figured out what we needed to do. It was the Vulcan to clear the chaff. I guess it just snowballed from there. Very, very good. Okay. And I wondered the round before, you know, he didn't come out with 1,000,000 Wasp productions, so we kind of got tricked into building the wrong unit. So 3 here. Previous round, let's see, 27. So we made a huge mistake here, right? And I think the reason why was because we invested more into the Typhoon, right? That's why we lost. So obviously there's something that we did wrong here. Like that plus 50% is doing nothing. Like if he doesn't go into the unit we want him to go into, it does nothing. So, all right, yeah, he clicks fire. I think that's the reason why. But what we needed to do was just go more Phoenixes. And I think it's charge shot on the Phoenix. Yeah, we'll still go for the EMP here. It's not a bad decision. Temp range. Probably can upgrade this. Let's go for another Phoenix. Guess we go for the upgrade. And goes fire. So we're gonna pretend like we don't, you know, we don't predict that. Nice missile. Let's see how we do. Yeah, the problem is that we're lacking the chaff clear, so going more of the Phoenixes may not be doing anything for us. We would never go oil because we would never predict that he's gonna click fire, right? It already looks a lot better than what happened that first round. So we still lose, just not that much. I mean, still 1,000, so it's not great there. I was just worried he was gonna click like the mothership. You know, you can never predict that. So I mean, I guess it makes sense to start selling out of this stuff because, you know. But what is our chaff clear? That's the problem. Like, what is our chaff clear? Are we supposed to go, like, we're supposed to go for this right now? Like, early? And is this supposed to be, like, this far forward? Seems kind of dangerous here. And I guess we could still go for the Phoenixes. Maybe no charge shot. let's just see how this does. Part of me thinks this is way too forward. I think it's okay though. So now we have our chaff clear. Chaff and medium unit clear. These tanks are actually kind of one of the reasons why we can't get to the his juicy boats yet. Still working on the tank here. Finally goes down, and now it's just it's a direct fight. But yeah, we don't have enough here, so this didn't work out too well. You'd imagine the Mustangs are pretty useless unless you want to range them, but I don't think it's ever a good idea given that we already have the Typhoon. You know, I think we always want to sell these. The EMP is probably good. For maybe forgot to click that last round. Let's see. So we upgrade this. I mean, is it... How do we... It's got to be charge shot, right? Do we ever just go for 2 more Typhoons? Or... Now, maybe it's the missiles that we were supposed to do. Maybe we were supposed to do missiles. But let's just see how it works. Maybe if we don't do a missile. Just go for the attack. Actually, we should have probably sold out the Phantom Ray instead of the Mustang. The Mustang's like has some chaff value, but you see the fire is kind of devastating to the Mustangs. That being said, they're not all going in, well. Yeah, maybe the Mustangs are kind of like doing more than the Phantom Ray. The Phantom Ray is just standing there and dying. Wait a second, what do we have here? Oh, wait a second. Super close. Okay, so this is the best so far. Maybe the missiles just kind of take it over the edge. And I guess, I mean, what about this, right? Let's sell out of this. 2 more Phoenix. Charge shot. EMP, of course. Missile. Do we go for maybe we just go for another Phoenix. Let's see how that goes. And then just use some more missiles. Missile here seems good. Missile here seems good. Probably a missile here as well. Let's see how this works. I'm not sure how much these Typhoons are doing. They're kind of dying real quick. But they're still clearing chaff better than anything else we have. All right, so we lose by, now we lose by 1,000. 2,000, what? How is that 2,000? Okay. So it looks like this item isn't amazing. Um, Maybe we forgot to click this. I think that was the problem. So let's try that again. That was my mistake. Do we ever upgrade these guys? There's another question. I think I'm better off. I think I'm just more happy with more missiles here. Yeah, the Typhoon is definitely clearing out some of the small chaff. We definitely need to we definitely need to have the second one. Perhaps the third one's even good here because you can see we have a problem here now. But we are winning this side, looks like. Charge Shot is doing a lot, but we've kind of got a problem with some more fangs. Now it looks like we might win this. Okay, so we win here. And that was because we forgot to do the EMP on the previous round. All right, so the only question is, okay, well, this did, there's no question. This did 40,000, 11,000, 56, 80, 50, 42. So this did what, 12? But it killed some chaff. Not really. I mean, this guy killed 10 things at 11k. This killed 16. You know, so it's not amazing in terms of these guys did very good for the EMP. Might even consider to have another one. Maybe instead of, but I mean, this guy did so much. 41k is more than an Overlord. Yeah, the Mustangs were useless, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe the Mustangs were more useless than the Phantom Ray, so could have been smarter to keep the Phantom Ray. Let's try that one more time. And obviously the missiles made a humongous difference. So we need the EMP. Feel like we almost go for another EMP guy here in the middle. Obviously we go for Charge Shot. We need a lot more of these guys. And I still see the value of this. I do. Maybe we don't need to level it up. I don't know. The missiles are pretty key. We only got 2 missiles now, so we might lose if we only have 2 missiles. And we're not killing that much with this missile here. Probably better off aiming it at the Hound, so then we get a better splash. Not exactly sure if that helps. This EMP is doing quite a bit. EMP boats just die 1,000 times faster. All right, so there we go. glad we have I'm glad we're figuring out the proper way to deal with this, because at one point I thought it was unwinnable, but now we see it is very winnable. Right? We just need to have this combination. We need to have a combination for the anti-wasp. I'm surprised that it wasn't just click this, right? I think that was a mistake. Because actually we want this to clear some of this stuff. Because yeah, this has aerial spec, it'll prioritize this, but nothing else has aerial spec, so they'll still shoot stuff on the ground. This did insane amounts. This did insane amounts of damage. Even the two Phantom Rays, they still did more, way more than the Mustang, so we have to sell out of the Mustang. 22k, 10k. I mean, it did a little. Maybe this didn't do as much. I mean, we kind of won this side for the chaff war. This was still kind of flowing in, but we did won the middle because there wasn't any chaff left. Okay, so let's see what else here. So we figured out how to win the round where we lost the most. All right, we figured out that last round, which was actually the Vulcan. Now here, how much did we do in damage? We did 900 in damage by going, what do we do here? We finally went EMP. We should have went EMP ages ago. So we went EMP, we went charge shot. I think we had the oil already, I'm not sure. We also went for another one of those, but as we could tell that this wasn't a good play. So let's see if we could do more than 900 damage on this round. The oil is back, but he's got the extinguisher, of course. Let's see. Charge shot, maybe even elite recruit. Let's go for another one here in the middle. Don't have money for the elite recruit here, I think. Just have to go for the normal ones. Range, get another one. We could do some shield bubbles here. Could go for the attack as well. Maybe a shield bubble is not horrible here, just to block the fire. Be a single missile here. Hopefully we do at least 900 damage, because it would be kind of disappointing if we did worse than our initial try. It's very likely. We're kind of losing this side because of these tanks. They're taking forever to kill, but we're doing very well other than that. It does look like more than 900 now. Yeah, so yeah, we double our damage. That's not too bad. And yeah, it looks like the extra farseer paid off. Maybe the shields were probably okay. Phoenixes, it just did so much. Maybe we need to try this one more time. I'm thinking the elite recruit Phoenix is just too good here. Go for the Raiden. Sell. Just still want to go for this just because it has the EMP. Maybe we even can click this, but it's going to be too expensive. 600 is kind of, I don't know. It might be okay. You could try that actually. So now we don't have the shield, which might make us lose. Do the oil again. 50. I don't know. Maybe just a missile here again. Yeah, we didn't click oil now, so that's something to keep in mind. That was 300. We were trying to like get him to splash the oil on him, and it worked, but we didn't click it the last turn. I think it's because maybe it's the typhoons. We're already plus this oil here. We're already doing a lot in terms of chaff clear. Maybe it's not worth paying 300. So the only difference now is the level 2 Phoenix recruits. Looks like 1500. 17. Okay, so the same exactly. And that's without the shields. That's interesting. The oil. Okay, so these guys, they still did the same damage. Even though... Is there ever a world where we go like EMP on the for 600? Maybe not, because this does 20,000 damage on its own. So, and we only paid 300 for this, whereas it cost 600 for this. It's very interesting here. I think what we learned from this is, yeah, it's just we just got to keep going with these Phoenixes. We need the EMP behind with the Farseer. Even though we don't trust it, it actually works. We invested a little bit too much into the Farseer, but I think it's okay. We just don't need any more. 3 is more than fine, but we probably should put them like, you know, on the sides instead. And, you know, we didn't even actually need the oil. I wonder if the oil would have been good instead of elite recruiting. Let's try that again. So we have the oil. We'll put it down. Click oil here. Upgrade, charge shot, EMP. Still go for the center Farseer. More of these guys. Side ones are especially effective. And just go for another one. Maybe one missile? Like here, again? Okay. Maybe this is the perfect answer. You know, we click 300 for the oil. He has to click 400 to block it. And that's going to be massive, I think. Problem is, some of these guys are this one Typhon stuck on the boat. Kind of gets a little too distracted. Doesn't look like it's actually that much better, which is surprising. So this is the same as what we did, pretty much. Super interesting. Don't exactly understand why we did worse damage. Maybe his chaff wasn't really that much. Maybe it just took too long to ignite. Maybe we needed to have the one chaff here, like so it would ignite quicker. Not too sure about that, but anyways, I think that's enough in terms of analysis. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.